let me start recording also to begin with. First, let me do that recording. Record to the cloud. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Let me share the screen now. So this is what I wanted to say. So if you see this link, this is a link where was given. I have put here the PyCharm installation, and it's a straightforward any software you install, and from here you can download. So this is a educational version where you don't need license and all. So that is what I was checking right now. So it will have all the features for our working. So you can download this and install it. So got it right. Any issues? Let me know later. Okay, great. If it is accessible, great. That's all I wanted. Okay, so no worries. I have also have the recording, and I just downloaded, uninstalled everything. First I tested in my system, so it works fine. Okay, there is a small recording of 10 minutes which states about that. So let us jump to our requirement, means whatever we were doing. As you know, once you install, you can just try, there will be one folder, or you can also create the folder file new project, but by default once you select, by default the project or a folder gets created. Inside that there will be a list of different files, so don't worry about all the things. Just right click and start creating your Python file. Okay, so if you start delving into a lot of things, it's not required. Okay, right now what is required is, as a developer, how to solve the problems, and also in the interview that is what they ask. Okay, slowly when you get a job, lot of new things also you start learning, because everything can't be taught in the coaching. And still I am thinking of doing the maximum, like data warehouse, even I will explain you about data warehouse, data modeling, all those things. I am preparing PPTs also, which might means usually no one teaches, because I work as an architect and I know what are all the projects they usually do, because no one in the data engineer speak about data modeling, data warehouse, not even SQL. They just start with what to say, they start with Python, Spark, and AWS cloud. Done. The problem with this is, technically you learn something. Okay, so but why you are doing, what is the idea behind this, what, from where the data happens, what all the importance, so those knowledge are very important. Because round the career, when I started as a fresher, I was like that only, like learning something technical, do something. Even in a project, 6 months, 1 year, I was not knowing the complete project, like why are we doing this, what is the use. But that actually doesn't help you to become a good developer in the long run. So basically, the quickly you understand why we are doing, what is the use, like for example, what is testing, why you do, so that doesn't require a technical knowledge. Okay, and overall general idea will learn, but I will speak about the architecture. That's what I love to, because I do an architect design and all in the company. In the company I might not work like a coder, but I have done all these things in my previous projects, previous thing. But I would also like to teach you about how any project, when you get the project, what will happen, how you design, why you data modeling. Same questions even they ask in interview, difference between database, data lake, data warehouse, when you go for data warehouse, when data lake. So all these questions. I'm also preparing PPT, so because I don't want to I'm unable to watch Tejasri, but I think others are able to watch it. Okay, unable to watch the recorded sessions. Can you give me the access for the same? Okay, okay. Let me just check it quickly. So for the video, I should give access. Even I have the access. I don't know. Share file information access. Where is the access? Like I can share, I can just share, organize file information. So where is the access?
Right side is three dots are there, right corner. Within the folder. Right.
Okay, right, three
No,
corners.
no there. Right of the page. Extreme.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
You can go somewhere. There is a three dot again top at the top. You can provide the yeah, you can select view details or extra.
Uh, so this is, but can you guys can download if you have the access for this? Why not for this? If you can download this. Uh, Usually, yeah, somewhere we give the show folder or a
There
folder
is a
level.
person icon is there, right? Right corner of SQL session recordings. Yeah, yeah. You can click and there give the access. So
Okay.
here restricted only with the access can open the. You can public anyone with
Anyone
the
with
link.
this
Yeah.
links. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now I have given the access, so you can try it. Yeah, I have an SQL, but yeah, I will do it maybe next week or something. Okay, so don't worry. Sir started SQL and left in the middle. We don't have anything. Yeah, I have everything in my mind. So okay, so now check it. Maybe after speaking, yeah, now I would have got an access. So that's what, because technology keeps on changing. That's what I saw. So now you are working, but yeah, cloud has just started. It will be there for 7 8 years. After that, there might be something called quantum computing, because all the data, like couple of years, what we worked was not on cloud. It was on premise. That means locally installed software. Okay, so what doesn't change are the concepts, like what we were doing, like ETL. All your PySpark is ETL only. What we do in the cloud, AWS is ETL. I will explain all those things. Don't worry. I will have a proper PPT and a session for that. So basically, day one I told extract, transform, and load when I was showing some PPTs. That's all a data engineer work. You extract data from different sources, you transform and load it. To do transformation, it seems very easy as saying, but as we will have lot of different sources in the organization, we get a data from applications, we get a data from different databases, we get a data from CSV file, Parquet file. What is Parquet file? Don't worry, I'll discuss. Okay, why I am telling this, because even in interview I've seen very smart people, they don't practice too much, but their understanding level is very high. They know how to speak, and they speak all this architecture that I've done in the project, all these things, I got this data. And sometimes luckily what happens is the interviewer wouldn't have not worked on all these things. So what is the advantage? He believes you, provided you are good at speaking, good at presentation, you know all this architecture thing, how the data flow happens, and also to some level of technical thing, and he clears. Unlike some people who just practice, because they would have only practiced without knowing what it does, what exactly. So in the interview it would not always be like you, they give the problem, they solve the problem. Sometimes they ask you, tell me about your project, I'll also help you in the project wise, all those things. Yeah, it's a long time, not immediately. So don't worry about that, because I am not a trainer who who have never worked in the company. I've worked in a company and seen lot of things in my career, starting with ETL data warehouse, without having any tool. Started with SQL, PLSQL, then the tool introduction of Informatica, SAP BODS came. Later, they started doing with Unix scripting, and slowly the Hadoop came. After that, the cloud came. So this is what I've seen everything, and I exactly know what are all the questions they will ask. So don't worry about that. I will teach you. You are in the right hands. Just yeah, just concentrate on what we are doing. Okay, don't as I told, don't try to overdo the things. Don't I hope like things are very simple, because these things are used in every day. Okay, so what we will do is, so yesterday we were, let us continue with some of the things. Okay, so directly we will jump to the notepad. We were doing some of the things. Let us become strong on all these things, because once we are strong on all these things, I can, maybe next week I can speak about list, tuple, sets, dictionary, which are the core of our what to say, of our course in the Python or working in the organization. So typecasting we will do. It's simple. Like what is a typecasting? So you know there is a integer, there is a float, there is a bool, there is a string. So even in SQL we can convert one data type to another data type. For example, in the Python only I will take, see, whatever we can do in Python, SQL can be done in Python, and in Python we can do more what SQL cannot do, and that's why we are learning SQL, sorry, Python. So some of the things we are not capable of doing with SQL, we can take the advantage of Python, because till 5 6 years all the data was only structured data. Structured data means they were keeping in the database, and only language to access data is SQL. But slowly what happened was data was coming with semi-structured. I think I already spoke about it. Again I am telling, data started coming as a semi-structured, semi-structured or JSON, XML, all those things started coming. So this couldn't be processed straightforward with the SQL. So what they introduced is, best language for data was Python. So using Pythonic way, they were able to get this, and to do this they wanted a framework. Directly with the Python I can't do it. There are a lot of challenges, so they started using a Spark framework to do this, and Spark was developed in Scala language, not in Python. But Scala is slightly difficult to learn as a data engineers. Basically, all the people who were working with database from 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, they are very proficient with SQL. Always when you are building something new on the data side, they think whether people, mostly the database guy, because I am not building any application. To build an application mandatory I need a language. Okay, whenever I am building an application, mandatorily I leave Java, C or C++ or even Python. But as a data engineer, never ever I build an application, I will do ETL. Pakka work of us is ETL. We extract the data, we transform the data and load the data. After loading the data, someone will see the reports. I'll speak about all the things. If you don't understand, I am again telling, I have a good PPTs, lot of PPTs I'm preparing, and I attend lot of seminars and all. I get many PPTs, so I have that. So don't worry. The thing is, I am just organizing and deleting some of the thing. So I will show you all the thing when I am speaking about concept. Like for discussing the difference between SQL and versus NoSQL, I have a good number of 15 to 20 PPTs. I'll explain every logic, because that becomes very important to know. If you don't know what is SQL and NoSQL difference, so in the interview you are gone. So even you have worked something, you will never understand. So that's what I am trying to understand the things why. Okay, so Spark framework was built at Scala. See, when I started my career, not started my career, yeah, when I started the working on Hadoop, we didn't add Python, to be honest. Like 8 years back, we didn't add PySpark. Okay, what we will be learning. Okay, so we were doing the Spark framework with Scala, and it was very hard. I learned Scala also at the beginning, and it is very hard, like Java only. So slowly after 2016 or 17, what they did is they wanted something, a proper thing. They introduced Spark SQL. Spark SQL and all was not there, because I told, right, any database activity they want to do, they think something can be done with SQL only. They introduced Spark SQL, and also they introduced PySpark, and introduced lot of rich libraries to handle the data. Even for data science activity they started using, even data scientists work on the PySpark only. So this is how the thing started happening, because only if it was structured data I would have never gone to all this Spark everything. But when the semi-structured JSON data comes, and not only this, data became very big, very big. That's why we are learning. What our course is, big data in AWS, that's all. For to do that we need Python. In AWS nothing, whatever Spark you have done, whatever Python you have done, you use some of the services and you run that, and it runs in that AWS service. But without knowing Spark, without knowing this has happened even in interview. What I'll tell, I don't know, some places they will learn the training, they learn some AWS, some 6 7 services or 10 services, what I'll also teach, and they tell themselves as AWS data engineer. and they come to interview. If I start asking about Spark, one or two question maximum they will tell. Python they would have not learned, and some SQL they will learn because SQL they feel it is easy, something they will learn, and they tell themselves data engineer. So getting a proper data engineer is very hard because I interact with HR and also a couple of students. So I come to know with the HR like, yeah, we don't, they put the AWS data engineer, but when we take an interview, they will not know all these things. They just learn AWS cloud, couple of service, and they come to us. Okay, but they will definitely ask all these things. Okay, there are some of the things which I can't explain you in the classes because it's very what advanced level. Okay, I can just tell you the name. Like I have also introduced like Woody framework and all, which was done by Uber. Okay, so this becomes very complex. So I don't know. Like I am just thinking whether to explain or not. Okay, I don't need to speak too many things. But yeah, these are the underlying thing you should always understand. Always like Spark means it can be done in many languages, even in Scala, Java, and all. PySpark, PySpark, all the companies uses. 80% of companies uses, and it's very easy. So there is no point of you learning with Scala and do the Spark these days. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let us come back to our thing. So all this is helpful. Just know all these things. What I am trying to say. Okay, so I was telling about the data type conversion one to this. For example, you have a data with a dot 10 dot whatever 5 6 7 8. Okay, so something I want to only type of this. If I do type of this, let me directly show here. You know what will happen. This is a float. Why I am not getting? Why I am not getting as a float? Can you tell me what is the error in this coding? I've already discussed yesterday. So I am not
Print.
getting. Good, good. Print is for displaying, straightforward.
Yep.
You have to just do print. This does not require any intelligence. This is even if I teach 10th standard kid, he will be able to tell. So type is something to tell whether it's integer, float, whatever data type it is. Now what I want to do is I want to convert this to int. Maybe my requirement is I want to ignore the decimal places. So what I'll do int of okay. I think I can take it as a. Okay, and what I can do is I can print type of B. Okay, print type of B, and also for you I can print of A just to see value, and print of B. Okay, so can you see here it has showing the type float, this one, and I have done typecasting. Okay, just I have given as int. It's very easy as in SQL I'll directly give cast as something, but here I am directly doing this. So next there is something called an okay. Okay, what happened to yesterday's questions which I gave you, like two questions? Or someone are able to get it? What was those questions? Something true, false I had given, right, for you guys. Something like this, I believe. One question was with something like this, right? Mahesh and B is Mahesh. All these are some Microsoft Python certificate is there. Even I have not taken, but yeah, it's good to take. Okay. So something like this. Can someone send me a chat of that question? Something if A greater than B. So we'll just discuss that quickly. What if? Yeah, yesterday I had only sent, I believe. So I have not saved. Can someone send me? Greater than b, print. I think maybe something like this. Print a greater than b. Print a greater or equal to b. Print a lesser than equal to b. Print, yeah, something like this. So anyone got about this? So when I run this, a lesser or equal to b, when I run this, I get true true for this, false false for this. So anyone got this idea, this one? And if I change the, what to say, okay, I'll explain, no worries. Okay, so maybe I make it as some other name, Anil. So now it will be different. See, it usually takes, see now what is telling, it is true, A is greater than B, A is greater or equal to B, A is lesser or equal to, so let me take this only. So yeah, I will just show you, it takes the ANSI code. Okay, so I just saved that, where did I save? It's just takes the ANSI code. Uh, I just share that link where it can display the ANSI code. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so this one. Okay, so actually, yeah, obviously these are not asked in interview, but sometimes all these are the paper questions, like you write some certification exam on Python. So they ask. See here, M and A, just see the number. M is where? I have written small m and small a. So this is small m. M is 0.77. A is 0.65. Okay, so that means okay, it should be actually in the same way. So okay, why it's showing ulta? So it actually compares the ASCII code, and which ASCII code is more, correct, which ASCII code is more, it shows the greater. For example, A is 65 and what is M? M is 77. Getting this right? Simple. So 77, it first checks the first alphabet. So 77 greater than 66, that's why true. 77 greater or equal to 66, that's what true. Second one, if you come A, see, this one ASCII is 77, 077. I just showed you. This one ASCII is 066. Can you see here? I 65, okay, this one. So this is 65. Obviously 77 is greater than 65. That's why when I do Mahesh greater than Anil, it is coming true, and again greater or equal to Anil, it is coming true. But when I tell Mahesh lesser or equal to Anil, internally it is comparing 77 greater than 65. Obviously 77 greater than 65 true, second one also greater or equal to 65 true, but when I come to the third one, 65, 77 lesser or equal to 65 false. 77 lesser or equal to which one? 65 equal to false. So it's just comparing the inside thing. Okay, so I can share you this link for your reference. Okay, this is how internally happens. So I've shared here, just keep that in a notepad or somewhere. Okay, so next one was also good question. Okay, so next one was like something a true or false, something I had given, right? Okay, a or true false, yeah, a equal to true, this is a boolean value, b equal to false. So something like a greater than b, I have to do, okay, print a greater than b, after that a greater or equal to b. So let us do a greater or equal to b. Okay, a lesser than b, a lesser or equal to b. So it showed some output. See, that's why certification questions would be exactly like this. So it is telling true, true, false, false. See, always like, yeah, it always can compare with some internal integer value. So basically, usually true is always, it has a representation of 1, false as a representation of 0. Now with this, it's very easy to understand. Is 1 greater than 0? True. 1 greater or equal to 0? True. Next is false. Is 1 lesser than 0 is false? 1 lesser or equal to 0 is false. Okay. So I hope you got this also. So any questions on this? Like this, there are all these things. People who are interested will start exploring. Okay, obviously I can't teach all these things, and it's not required also. But yeah, good to know. Okay, so yeah, so typecasting we were doing. So next, let me, as bool I wanted to do. So I remembered yesterday's some concept, and did I kept in this. Today I will pass you this. I was not properly saving. So let me save it. Class notes, Python, and today's date is 8th October. I think, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so next thing is I will try to do from bool to int. So, okay, let me show you. Just now I told internally it as 1 and 0. Okay, so you should have that idea. So print type of a, print type of a, print type of b, print type of b. And now, okay, so obviously for your information I'll do print of a, print of b. Now I will do a typecasting. You should know now the typecasting will be possible because internally it holds as an integer. Okay, so true and d equal to int of true. Sorry, false. Okay, so now let us do a print type of c, d, and okay. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this and I'll change this to C. I'll change this to D. Same thing I'll do here. Okay, so let me do this as hash. See, hash is commenting. Okay, so can you see here? I just taught you this. Internally, true is 1 in an integer wise and false is 0. That's why I can also convert boolean to integer, or else you will get confused. How can we convert bool true to integer? Because it's some character. But internally, it the value stored would be 1 for true and 0 for false. Okay, so let us save here. See, some people might ask like this also question. So just know this. Now, can I do from string to integer? Is it possible? If I do now, okay, I have saved here. Okay. So can I do from string to integer? Is it possible? So, okay. So why don't you try and tell me, can I convert from string to integer? So rather than me doing, so it's a simple thing. People who are able to install, so remaining people, don't worry, you try writing a code like this is a string, something 10. Now this is a string data, you know that. How you will know? As soon as you do print of type of a, you will come to know. So now you just convert this to the integer. Already I have showed how to convert to integer, something like yeah. Just say, just tell me whether I am able to do this or no. And next you try integer to float and share me the code. All are simple typecasting because there is no fun me doing. It's a straightforward thing. Just do these two things. there should be typecasting actually. Yeah, I want you to typecast. This is one question and this is one question. This is one question. This is one more question. As I've done previously. Like if you are trying to do conversion, how you will write a code. So actually, whenever you are commenting, just give hash because this is just information. Or else it will throw an error. Okay. So a equal to int of 10, print of a. Both are possible, but for the first one, if you take any number as string, then only it is possible. Else not possible. Okay, let me see. So, okay. So what is the thing now? It is for string to integer. So a equal to b equal to int of a. I'll do print of b. Okay, print of a and print of type b. Print of a and also just know this because this will help you to do typecasting and all. And because I told right, mainly we will be dealing with string, whatever the string data you are helping typecasting, even integer, float, all those things are a common thing which is always helpful. Okay, so I am taken 10 as a string, I am displaying 10 and I am converting to b and displaying that b. So let me run this. So yeah, string it is converted. So it knows obviously if you give some name, obviously it is not a integer. That's what dynamically typed and it is very intelligent. It understands itself like what kind of data you are giving. That's what. So this one also it can be done easily like 10 dot this one float is there. So now what I have to do, I have to just convert this to int. I think same thing I do. Print type of a, print a. I am converting b of int of to a. Okay. So here I need not to take 10. I have to directly take a. Okay. So because I am passing this a, which is a string, to this. So that means this has to get converted. Yeah. And here also I am passing float here. which has to become int. Okay, these are the thing. Okay, so yeah, if you want, you can explore like this, even if you get some more combination. Okay, so this is enough for now. And next we will, okay, this I will keep here. Okay. So next we will speak about, see, most of our thing, whatever I speak about list, tuples, all those things are, I will just today give some basic informations, and we will go deep into that couple of scenarios later in the coming week. But today I will speak about list, tuples, and there are some of the problem solving, so which will give a stronger base in the coming classes. Okay, so for example, all the things whatever we have, which we will be speaking in our classes, list, tuples, okay, sets, dictionary, also there is something called frozen set. Okay, all these are works on a basic fundamentality of mutable and immutable. It's a English language, mutable and immutable. So immutable, so mutable means it has a flexibility to change its value, like I can change the value. Mutable means flexibility to change the value or information. Okay, so for example, if I take the list only, I will show that example. If I have taken a list of 10, 20, 30, something like this, list will be always in a square bracket. If I take 10, 20, 30, 40, okay, I can change the value of 10. I can delete the value, for example, I can delete or add the value, whatever it is. I can delete the value, for example, I can remove this. Okay, but immutable, some of the things like tuples, frozen sets are immutable. In a simple way, immutable means you can't change. Maybe you can't delete some data, you can't add or remove the data. Maybe you can add, there is one way, but mostly you can't update, delete all those this data. So simple way, if I want to say, tuples can be very easy to understand, read only version of list. Okay, that means there are two things. I will go into this later, but understand every things like list, tuple, sets, we call it as mutable and immutable. Mutable means where the values can change. Immutable means the values cannot be changed in a high level. So now, yeah, I will speak about that anyhow. And yeah, so let us speak about this list only now. If I speak about and show you one example, couple of examples, you'll understand. So as I have told, lists are mutable. And one more important thing of list is it's like a queue, like first come will be at the first space, second, third, fourth, and again fifth. So that means order are preserved. Order is preserved means there are some of the things like even the sets order are not preserved. If you insert like this, the output might get first 40, after that 30, after that 20, but lists are not like that. Lists have order, lists are mutable, and also one more important thing is lists can be duplicated. It can be duplicated, that means you can have the same value like 10 again. Some of the things can't be duplicated. That's what we will discuss about all the differences. We'll see a couple of examples today, and in coming weeks we will try to go deep into that, because these are important for you guys to know. And obviously it can hold heterogeneous objects. It can hold heterogeneous objects. That means, yeah, list is not always a collection of ordered set of items and same kind of data. It can also have string data, it can also have boolean data, it can also have this one, integer data. Okay, all these things can be there in the set. So let us take an example of set. So there are two ways. Yeah, I can take a empty set here. Okay, so always sets are defined with double bracket. In Python, as soon as you see this is a set. Without any data, this becomes empty set. So I want to add some value to this. I usually append, like adding is appending. So 10, okay. And I want to add another 4 5 items. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so now when I print, see, okay, I'll make it duplicate only. So we will see whether duplicate can also be inserted. So can you see here, it is duplicated and ordered also. Always what order you insert, the same order it would be displayed. Okay, this is one thing. And also we can remove the data from the sets. So what you saw here, you can duplicate the value, order is maintained. And next is I want to remove, want to remove a value 20. Okay, so what will happen, l dot remove 20. Okay, and print of l. Okay, so you have been removed 20 and you are able to display removing that data. So I'm just speaking about eye level. There are a lot of things to speak about tuple, but let me speak about eye level now. Just to give you an information about what is, you should first know what is list, what is tuple before going inside, so that you can also brush up some of the information. So tuples. Okay, so tuples are exactly same as list, but it is immutable. So immutable means you can't append, you can't remove, all those things are not possible. We can see that. Okay, so already I have told exactly as same as list. Okay, read only, more way is read only version of list. Okay, so let us see with one example. And also I will ask you, because one interview question, these are couple of interview question. I will also speak later about list and tuples, but they will ask the difference between list, tuple, when to go for list, when to go for tuple. All these questions would be asked. So now, but right now just try to understand what we are doing, because there are couple of other classes. I'll have at least 45 minutes to 50 minutes on list. I'll give at least 7 to 8 scenarios or 10 kind of problems in everything, whether it's list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, all those things. So but here we are just learning in an eye level. List can be done like this also, and list can be also written like this. uh, okay, this was a list as I showed here. So list can be also created like this, 10, 20, 30. If you want to add couple of objects, this is how we usually do. So this becomes a list. So print of l. See, in Python, exit code 0 means your code is successful without an error. Don't think some error is coming with 0. So usually you get exit code 0 means there is no error. Your code is free from any error. Okay. So now, okay, you are able to see this. So tuples also will do. See, tuples are not square bracket. As soon as you write square bracket, you should know it's a list. Okay, tuples never have a square bracket. Yeah, it will have this round brackets, whatever you see.
Parenthesis.
Yeah, parenthesis. So it is 10, 20, 30. Okay, so this is a read version of tuple, means it also contains all the things, like whether it's float, whether it's string, all this kind of data. So now Yeah, but it is a read only version. Read only version means I can't add, I can't delete. So that is the thing. So when you are already fixed with couple of values, okay, you go with this. And it's important whenever you want to make your coding static, where you don't want someone to change it constantly, because lists constantly keep on changing and it can even screw up sometimes. So they would have something, they know about their business, they know about their functions, what they have written, and they are very sure that this is static, it doesn't change, they go with the tuples. But lists are something dynamic where it can keep on changing, so that time they go for the list. So this kind of question they ask in interview, tell me about the difference between list, tuple. I'll just give you a couple of high level points. Before that, let me try to add this one, append. I want to append 80. Is that possible? See, it is stating an error. Sorry, why I am taking t, that is an error, but this should also be an error. Tuple object has no attribute called append. Okay, so you can't append the data. Now let me remove the data. Obviously no 80, so I'll make it as 10. So tuple object has no attribute for remove, that means it is a read only version. Whenever, that's what you in a project you have to choose, you, as I told, like whenever you want to constantly remove, add, update, you choose list. When you want the tuples which should not change, use tuple. And there can be a question even in the interview, like tell me the difference between list and tuples. Okay, so if I make list and tuples, one is, you should always see, this is a common question, even you are 5 years, 6 years. I've seen people, yeah, they would have written 10, 12 years, but they would have not learned Python. Simply they write Python. Python is very easy. You have to see, one thing I learned in the thing is, I've seen people who have spent 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs in some coaching for 1 year. Okay, they have taken some degree of data science and all, and they have never got a job. I have seen people who have spent very little in the coaching and they have spent time. It's all about game of spending time, because I am also a person who constantly reads and learns something or the other. I spend 1 or 2 hours every day. At least now it's difficult every day, but at least 2 or 3 days I try to spend 1 or 2 hours. Simple. Learning is just giving more time, that's all. It is nothing more than that. So you give more time, you learn more, you will get a job, you earn more. You don't learn more, and it's an habit. Like people who keep on learning can keep on learning. If they stop learning, I have friends the same where we started the career, they are still in the ETL, data warehouse, informatica tools, which are slowly what the projects are reducing and coming to this Spark, AWS cloud. Why? Because they have left the habit of reading. It's not like someone is very intelligent, someone is dull. All are same only. It's just the more time you spend and more interest. Okay, it's all based on the experience, what I am telling. Okay, so okay, one thing you need a guidance, yeah, I'll tell the path and what is required. For example, you can't keep on learning everything, because there are some of the things which is not required, junk, it's only for learning. And simply knowledge is useless today, because there are a lot of things to do. What you will do if you can't show that knowledge in the interview and working, it becomes useless. You can't just gain the knowledge. Gaining only the knowledge is useless. It's something like you only read the books, you don't do the action. The more action you do, so that's why learn which is required only and do more actions. Okay, so lists are mutable, tuples are immutable. Okay, so this is one thing. And next is, obviously, how lists are with square, and these are some brackets. See, one more thing, how about the memory? Can you only tell memory and performance, which would be better? You can even type. I will speak about memory and performance. So memory and performance, which would be better?
I think tuples because list have a mutable, so it will be changing. So it takes some more memory. I mean,
Yeah, very simple logic. What you told was true. See, it's a simple thing. See, list you keep on changing, adding, the memory will be always more because also the performance would be less. The reason is you constantly updating. Don't think about three or four objects what we are learning. There will be lakhs of object, lakhs of table, complex data and all. So you go there, do changes. Obviously it will hit on all the things. So while architecting or doing all these things they think and they build it. Okay. So these are some of the points. Okay, what is more than enough? You start telling this in interview, they will be happy because yeah, they will be expecting this much only. Okay, when the people are not able to tell this much and show what is tuple, what is list, that is where like people think yeah, is just written in his resume. Okay, so let us speak about sets. I have told there are one and a half hour among list tuples and all, but now I am speaking about eye level, so you have an idea. When I go to list and do lot of problems, you should not get confused. What is list? What is tuples? I am getting confused. So I am telling you today so that you can after the class you can just have reference glance and try to understand in a better way. So let us speak about sets. Mostly I have used less of sets. Usually I have used list and uh, dictionary. So those are the two things which commonly as a project I have seen. But yeah, everything is important. So sets, again duplicates are allowed. Okay, so next is order not required. That means in set you, what order you do and what order you get, it would not be the same. So you have to think while choosing like whether I need order, I'll go with list or tuple. See, this is how you start understanding. Okay, I'll go with list if I want order, or I will go with tuples if I want order. Set order is not maintained, whatever. And next is heterogeneous. All are heterogeneous, like whether it was list, whether it was tuple, you maintain heterogeneous data. Heterogeneous data can be inserted. Heterogeneous data can be inserted. Explain the difference between set, tuple, and list. Okay. Uh, See, it's simple. Okay, this is what you want me to explain, right? See here. First, you have to understand mutable and immutable meaning. It's a English thing. Mutable means the things can keep on changing. Okay, this is very important. If you have doubt, please ask me because yeah, this becomes core of all the. You ask me, we work on string, list, tuples, or dictionary only. That is what commonly our project. So knowing is very important. Anyone has doubt, we ask me. It's good. See here, it is a list. As soon as you give square bracket, it becomes list 10, 20, 30, 40. I can again have duplicate value and I can have heterogeneous data. I can have Mahesh, I can have float, whatever it is. That means it is a collection of different kind of data, multiple data and ordered set of data. That means what order you have inserted, when you do print the same order you will get the data. And not only this, you can also add the value. Okay, you can also, we will see other things, slicing, dicing and all we can do in list, but I don't want you to confuse. But right now you want to understand the fundamental. If I teach today only how to do slice, how to do dice, slicing, dicing, I can change this value also. People will get confused. Today is just a basic concept about list, tuple, set, dictionary, frozen set. So you should understand this. You have doubt, please ask me. I am ready to do that because when I learned and went, I had worked on Scala, and when I was changing job, not now, previously, so I learned couple of concepts only. To be honest, list, tuple, sets, dictionary, the string functions, how to write a function. There is another thing, generator, this. The same questions were asked because I got this information from my colleagues who were already working in the Python. So that's how. Okay. Okay. All right. So 10, 20, 30, 40. List maintains the order. Already you saw. List maintains order, and it can hold duplicate values. Everyone please listen, don't sleep. List maintains order and it can hold duplicate values. You can see, yeah, it can hold duplicate value, it can maintain order. Next is, if I try to append means add. Okay, L equal to, see obviously, if I say it adds, don't ask me sir can it add here, then the main concept of maintaining order will go off from the list, because list maintains the order means if I append it has to go at the last only. If it goes here, then the basic concept of list, what it maintains the order, will go off. So that's why when I do L dot append, L dot append of maybe 90 I do, and next again I do print of L. So it should be added at the end only. That is how it maintains the order. So that means it can add the data. We saw right now it can add the data. There are very lot of things it can do which we will see in the next week class, not today. So next, list can also, what it can do is it can remove the data. Maybe I'll remove 30 and do the print. Okay, so it has removed 30, 130 it has removed. It has some order, in orderly it has removed. See, I had 230 but it removed 130 only. So because internally it takes only one, internally it would be index only 0 1 2 3. I don't want to speak about that, but right now it has removed first 30. Okay, so now anyone has any doubt in the list? Simple. Only this much I have told. If you have doubt, just ask me. Because I'll again speak the same way in the tuple. And next I'll move to set. It can remove the data.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you want to remove all the duplicated value of particular that we have mentioned, how we can do this
There are
operation?
other ways. That's what I'll speak on the coming classes. In what I have told, is there any doubt?
Uh, okay.
There are other functions also. There are slicing, all those things I'll introduce. But yeah. So for now, in this, anyone has doubt what we spoke? Because today I just want you to understand the fundamentals.
Sir, can you elaborate the what is append added? The append is just adding or something.
It's just adding. Append is a function given in the Python under the list to add the value at the end. There are other things called add and all, which I'll introduce maybe for set. For this we don't have add, but for the set we have function called add. Okay. So if I do add here, I don't think so here it will add. So let me see. See here, list object has no attribute add, but set as something called add. Here only we have append. Getting that right? That's how some lists will have only append, remove. Set will have something. So that is how it happens. So there is no add. So I
For
can
that means for a list, append are there. For if you add the some value in list.
Yeah, list append is there. So I will just show you again. I just showed you here. I'll just show you. It does not have add. Okay. If I come to list, L dot append of 100. So it's possible. So this is not possible. This is possible. Can you see here? I added 100. Where is the 100? L dot append 100. Okay, it added. Okay. Okay. So this is list, but there are other things. Once I do all the complete thing, you can ask me at that time. Can list be casted? Yeah, list can also be casted. I'll show that. I'll show that. Yeah, good question. List can, let's see, list can be casted if it has a single data type. When you have all this data type, then it's difficult to cast. Okay, that is where it becomes difficult. Okay, so now let us go with tuples. So as I told, tuples are immutable. That means I can't keep on changing the value. Okay, so when I try to, okay, so this will, what it does, this will just print the tuple because it's read only. Read only means I can't edit, I can't add here. So it is something like static, but there are some of the things which we can do. So which I'll tell. So print of, if I do lt dot add append of 10, it throws an error. T dot remove, it throws an error. So this is what list and tuples. Okay, so next I was speaking about set. Okay, so know this basic. That's what. After that, I told about mutable, immutable. There might be some question which we will address later, but I want you to know the basic. That's all today. Mutable. Then it will become a complete class of list, complete class of tuples. Okay. So lists are take less, more memory. Okay, memory is more, since lists keeps on changing and it takes less memory because statically we do, and performance wise is more. If you not keep on changing, performance will be always fast. Okay, simple. Okay, next I was speaking about the sets. Duplicates are allowed, order is not maintained, heterogeneous data can be inserted. Okay, so yeah, so here also like indexing and slicing concepts are there. Okay, so sets are again mutable. Sets are mutable means you can just, as I told, you can here add the data. Maybe append is not there. We will test both the thing, but add is there. See here, maybe add is there here because order is not maintained. Maybe while adding, it might add in a particular index. We will see that. I'll show you that. So now one more note I want to give is list, tuple, set, dictionary, all holds what kind of data? List, tuples, dictionary I have not spoken, but I'll speak about that. Sets or whatever, set or sets, and dictionary holds heterogeneous. Okay, I showed even in that this one, it can hold heterogeneous data. So it can also hold Mahesh, it can also hold float data. Okay, see here. So even sets I'll show you, even it can hold different kinds of data. Heterogeneous means different kinds of data. GENOUS, heterogeneous data. Okay, so let us do the set. Now you have to tell me, uh, is there any difference or all these are same? Like if I take S1, okay, yes, S1, S2, okay, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. So are these different or are these same? Just see the note. I'll copy paste the note also. Read the note and tell me. So
I think different.
yeah.
I think it's different because index means slicing concepts make them different.
Here it came same. So it doesn't guarantee the order. That's what I told. Order is not maintained. Okay. So here it is same only. Okay, because you have to respect this. Order is not maintained. It this time it has come like this. Maybe it will change next time also. Okay, so it's not changing, but yeah, order is not maintained. So that means all the above sets are same. All the above set are same. Okay, so tell me is it what is this? This is again a good thing. What is this? Or before this, I will just show you how to add the value. So if I have s equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, now I don't think so here we have append. Okay, so if I try to do append of 40, so it should throw an error because we will not have append. So that's what the thing, append is there in list, and here we have add append even in English means what, at the end you do it. The meaning of English, they have made a function. How they do function, they do def function append and do. So that is what append means, what, at the end. List always keeps at the end, that's why they have given append. And add is given here because here they are not worried about the order. Okay, it you had at the end, it might come at the beginning, whatever it is. So here we have add. Okay, when I do print, why? Because sets are mutable. That's what I told. Sets are mutable. Mutable means you can change the data. Okay, so see here, now order came 40 first after the 10. So next I'll add 50. So you can't tell whatever you add comes at the beginning. I am not sure. Okay, now it might come at the beginning, but that is not the way we understand. See, it came at the middle. So it keeps on changing 40, 10, 50. Okay, you add something, it might come some other position. So it is mutable, but it does not guarantee the orders. Okay, so this helps you in the interview. When we have done all these things, when you also try all these things, you get a clarity to give all this information in the interview, or difference between set, list, all those things. Okay, so now that note only I'll give you, because I don't want you guys to try. See, append in English is what you do at the end, and doing at the end is list only, because list always keeps the order set of data. So you need not to recall also. Order means at the end only you can add the data. So append is in list, and tuples are immutable. That means I can't add the data, I can't remove the data. But sets are again mutable, but order is not maintained. Order is not maintained means maybe append function is not there. Append means always at the end, but add can be done at any place. So add will be there for set. If you just understand like this as a story, you need not to mug up only. Okay, okay, all right. So yeah, so note is, because all these notes are important, because in the interview only these things strikes to your mind. Something like what to say. As I told, append function is applicable for the list. However, for set, however, to add data in set, we use add function. Okay, so and we should also have remove. Remove did I show? So yeah, So if I remove is there in list also, right? Remove of 30. Okay, remove of 30 and print of s. Okay, it has removed 30. Okay, so now next question was, this is again a good question. So sometimes they have asked this also. What is this? See, this is an empty list. Okay, maybe now you will understand. When I was doing, I did empty list are represented by like this. So is this an empty set? I can do type of S. Okay, so I need not to even say. As soon as I do, I will do type of L. So, oh, print. I didn't do print. If you do this print, if you do this print, okay, okay. See here, it is telling dict not set. Why? Set is also same square bracket, but it is telling dict, and obviously we know square bracket is less, and I can show even the tuple b equal to this print of type of t, yeah, b I have given. Okay, so this would be tuple. So this you understood, this you understood. But what is this? Why it is like this? So if I do k equal to set of this type of k. Okay, so now print of this. Now see. So this is set, but this is dictionary. Why? Even the sets are given like this only. See, the priority is always given for dictionary because it is commonly used. It is all done by a person who develops or they build the framework for Python, because to make the life simple, because most of the time we will be using dictionary, so they have made it as a empty dictionary, and to sets are not commonly used, so sets for that they have made it that you have to write a set. Okay, that's all the nomenclature. And if you ask me why, as I already told, even in my most of the project I have done. Even when I joined the new organization recently, and I keep on showing the code every day. I have just I was able to achieve with the dictionary. I didn't even think about the sets because dictionaries are commonly used and it's very important. So I just showed you this. So if you see here, so because it will always help, I mention empty dictionary so that so this is list. So where is the dictionary I had mentioned? Yeah, this is dictionary, because dictionaries are very important for a data guys, because see here simply I've used dictionary. When I am speaking dictionary, I'll tell you. So even dictionary has slicing dicing concept and all. Whenever I am using dictionary, I have to give one column and inside that the data. So I will require key value pair. To maintain the key value pair, I should always dictionary. Sets mostly I've used, very rarely I've used in my project. And it is a common thing. Even the people know that sets are not commonly used. That's why they have not given a priority. For that you write set bracket even if it takes fine. But dictionary is commonly used. We give a priority and made it as that. That's nothing like that. Just to understand, set, it's never a set. To get an empty set you have to do like this. Okay, so okay, so to create an empty set you saw that. So now let me, I was able to add and do, so I'll just give you 2 points on all these things, like add, where is this, I did this add and append. These are the key points. If you know, it's like a notes, like you know these points. Okay, so in the interview, see, these should be very clear, like append, already you know, like it list supports, not list, tuple supports. uh, why I'm doing this sets. Okay, set supports add function. There is no guarantee of the inserted data in the okay. So actually I wanted to do this below list and tuples, and it is here only. Okay, so if it is a list, append function is there, append function is there, and also remove function is there. So here we, let me save this also. I can have this in the desktop. Okay, python class. Okay, whatever. So append, remove. Okay, next list supports append, we know, and it supports remove. It guarantees, already I have told, recorded, it does not guarantee. Okay, it guarantees order, ordered, or yeah, I want already ordered data. It does not guarantee, it does not. I have this other place also, I have given it does not guarantee order data. And here whatever appended record will be inserted at the last, will be inserted at the last. See, these points are there in mind. You know list tuples, it's not a big thing. But if when you don't know all this basic thing, you will struggle, that's all. Because always it's difficult when to use tuples, when to use list. And this is the pakka, like this the interview questions should be there. Okay, okay, all right. So, with this again, I want to list and tuples I gave, list and set. Okay, if I give you some points, already some points are given. Duplicates allowed. I've given you single, but sometimes they ask you these differences. Duplicates not allowed. Uh, I think duplicates are allowed here also. I think duplicates are not allowed. One second. We will see here. If I give here 10, 20, 30. Okay. If I add s dot add of 10. Okay. Print of s. So sets actually duplicates should not be allowed. Yeah. S dot. Okay. Okay. S dot add of, give the function. See, all these things you can test by yourself only. Duplicates are not allowed. Okay, that's correct. Duplicates are allowed. Duplicates are not allowed. In the interview, they will ask, does sets allow duplicates? So, yeah, know this. Order is preserved. Order is not preserved. Order is not preserved. See, they might ask or not ask other things which I do, because after doing this, I might do this file handling and generator, yield function, all those things I will do. But in the interview, 90% times they ask this only. I have not seen they are asking the file handling, how do you do file handling. But that is important whenever you get the file. But mainly they target on these four things. So how much good you are, how much time we spend this, that is good for us only. So if some people feel, yeah, I know this, it's getting repeated, so don't worry, it's always good. That's why I'm toggling around, because that's how it happens. 3 4 questions they will ask. They ask on list tuple, string function, slicing, dicing, for loop, if loop, all those things they ask. Give you 2 3 logical scenario, and if you are able to do, they move to the spark again for it would be how much time? Half an hour only. Okay, or maximum 1 hour. Okay, in half an hour what they will ask, or okay, take 45 minutes, 1 hour you take 5 10 minutes your introduction, what you did, all those things they will ask. Another, they start with SQL, one or two question they will ask, and Python, two questions or maximum three questions they will ask. They come to the Spark architecture, and they ask difference about Spark. And in the cloud, they will ask different services and some scenarios they will ask how you got the data. This one, they are happy. That is a first round of technical. They move to the next round. It would be, some companies will have one more technical, or directly it would be a managerial round where they ask if you are a fresher, I'm not sure, there might be sometimes there will be a written thing of aptitude and all, but I am speaking 1 or 2 years someone who has worked. This is how they do. First round would be technical, 1 hour. Some company will take one more round of interview. Sometimes that would be easier. First round would always be difficult because he will ask all these technical things, everything, difference between list tuples, when to use tuples, when to use set, about slicing, dicing, and how the data will be pulled, that for loop, if loop, whatever they ask, and in the Spark something they ask, SQL, all this kind of thing, like workable thing. The second round technical also is there. Also, they start asking about the some architecture. If you have worked 1 or 2 year, for a fresher, I think whatever I am doing is more than enough. They don't ask too much. Only fresher, they don't ask so many things. Well, if you learn whatever I have done, you will definitely be in. Apart from some aptitude or something will be there, just look at it, because I am not training all those things. Just look at those things, and they will ask. So second round would be, usually what happens, developer first round. Second round would be team lead, someone even above than team lead also they might ask, like architect. Like if I come, mainly I don't concentrate too much on this, because this can be learned somehow, but the architectures cannot be learned somehow. He should have the working experience. If he comes with 2 year 3 year, I start asking about, tell me about event driven architecture, tell me about lambda architecture, and I start asking a lot of questions on how you move the data from here to there, and what are the challenges you faced, how will you improve the performance. So these things, if a person has come from the institute, it is impossible to know. These things can be taught only by the person who can be told only by the person who has worked in the organization, or someone who has transferred the knowledge to that person who has worked. That's what I was telling. I will be preparing for that also. I am preparing the PPT where someone asks, like, how will you build this architecture? You don't know what is lambda architecture, so how will you build? What will happen when the file comes every hour? How you will build that architecture, and how will you improve the performance? So all those questions are there, which I'll teach. That will be in the second round, in a good companies. Like first round would be pure technical like this, second round would be that, third round would be managerial. Just he asks something of your how the project was going. Do you know about agile, how agile sprint everything was happening, and how you solve the problems, all those things he asks. And the HR round will be there. So this is a typical thing. Okay. Okay, so yeah, order is preserved. This one, so simple, quick note. I hope like note is already given. So duplicate order, tuple is okay. All those things I know. So let us speak about frozen set now. Uh, So frozen set is again the what to say? It's just set only, but it's just immutable. That's all. Frozen set is also not used, but one or two interview a person had asked, so that's why I thought let me have this also. So it is immutable. Frozen sets are immutable. Sets are mutable, but frozen is immutable. Remaining concept remains the same. Okay, so it's about the scenario when you want to use all these things. For example, I'll take this 10, 20, 30. Okay, so how do I convert this to frozen set? So this is a set, you guys know. This is a set, you guys know. Okay, so it's, see, all these are a variable. I need not to take fz, I can take b only. So you should not think like what you write the keyword here, frozen set, converts your set to frozen set. That's all. I can do a type of b, print And I am also telling this is not much use, but sometimes an interviewer might ask out of syllabus question, and it's easy to learn also, so that's why I'm telling. Okay, so okay, print type of S, not A. So yeah, print of B. So it would be immutable. I'll show you, like adding and all should not happen here. That's what it becomes, mutable. Sorry, immutable. So this is a frozen set. Now for frozen set, I'll try to add it. Okay, I'll try to add and remove. So does add and remove should work in frozen set? Add and remove should work in frozen set.
No.
No, it's opposite of set, that's all. Not all the things. No, I can't tell opposite of sets. Okay, I can tell it is immutable, that's all. Immutable means two concepts will not happen. You can't add, you can't remove. So let us see that. Okay, so it is, what was the name? B equal to, okay. B dot remove. B dot remove of something 10. So it should throw an error. It should say frozen set object as no attribute to remove. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so next is I will try to add 50. You should also say it should not be able to add. Okay, cool. So frozen set object has no attribute to add. Okay, so I don't want to speak much on this. Okay, so yeah, why I told, because there was one question asked about difference between tuples and frozen set. I can't directly give the, without telling you about frozen set, what is the thing. So they might ask you instead of set, someone might ask, tell me the difference between tuples and frozen set also. So it's good to know immutable. And see, one more important thing, always see, what happened is SQL was there from 1980, 1990. I started my career with SQL only. Today also SQL is there in all the companies. Python will was there, Python is there, Python will be there. But other things which are on the high level, because I worked on informatica, different types of tools, those things keeps on changing. Spark can change, Spark changes comes as Snowflake, Snowflake changes come something. AWS, you work tomorrow, Azure can happen, GCP can happen, something IBM cloud can happen, these things changes. But this SQL and Python will not change. Even if you spend more time, spend on this, there is no harm, because this will be there for a longer time. Okay, so all these are the insights and the experience. Okay, okay, so yeah, it is also immutable.
Sir,
Yeah,
SQL means SQL, no?
SQL means SQL. Yeah, whatever I started teaching you on day first week, right? That one. So
Yeah.
the classes are,
Okay.
because you are freshers, you will not understand. By the time you understand, it would be another 8 9 years. So what I am telling is, you want to learn strongly, learn these two things strongly, because other things I'm not demoralizing or telling anything. Spark has started, but as a IT guy, you should be ready to change always. It's not like I learned something, I'll be working for 30 years. Don't be in that notion. Always a IT guy should be smart enough to adopt the technology. That's why we are paid very high, right? We are paid very high. Okay, there is no bond for the salary. You can earn 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. I have my friend who has crossed 1 cr also. Okay, that's the money. For us, value is mind. And if it is same, okay, if it is same, maybe you would have not got an opportunity to work only. Why? Because if there was a technology 10-year-old, SQL, Informatica, all those things, today you would have not got a job, because already there are lakhs of people with that. It's an opportunity for you guys, because this technology, the old people in sense who have 10-year experience, they would have not learned it. Not all the people would have not learned. To learn this, they should have spend lot of time. I have not worked on the cloud Python from past 10 years. Okay, Python cloud and all came from 3 4 years, and Python was there, but we did not require. So I learned, and it was an opportunity for me, because with 10-year experience there were very less guys, but jobs were very high. Even in the recession time, I told, right? And 10 years other technology, you leave it, you will not get a job only. It was told like 5 years back, after 10 years you will not get a job. But when I put a resume, every day I was getting 5 to 6 calls. Okay, even when my package is little higher, experience are higher, but you as a fresher 1 2 years, every day you start getting 10 calls. It's only about how good you are, and it's an opportunity because jobs are more, people are less. Okay, that's how I think positively. If the old technology was there, I would have never got a job, and they would have never paid me high. It's only because jobs are more and you get a very high. Think as an opportunity. And it's good. I see some people are 5 year, 10 year, they are trying to learn, they are very smart people. So it's good. There is never end. But know all these insights. Why I tell insights? Because our technology is so vast, believe me. Even if I learn every day, there is no end for or something. Like there is something called DevOps. While working, I'll get that Jenkins thing, GitHub thing. I have to learn and do it. There are other things. I'm working in an organization in this project for an Azure, then AWS. Previous project I had worked in AWS. See the changes what happens. So it's not like something one, but you deserve, guys, because the money today what they are giving, even a person who does business, it's very difficult to earn, believe me. You once you set in a proper company with the proper all this technology, that's what I feel whenever I am studying something new. I feel that we get a good package, and it's okay, I learn it. For us, learning is the only strength what we have. For us, brain is a value. So keep these type of positive attitudes, because I had read somewhere, what I had read, I'll tell you. A fresher trying to learn something, by the time he learns 3 months, yeah, the things have changed and new thing has come, and he has written there, it is better to sell pani puri than to learn a new softwares. Okay, don't think like that, because the money you get is very high. It's something like cricketers get a very high money, right? They are considered next to PM, Prime Minister, only in India. Because out of 130 crore people, there are only 11 people. The effort they put is very high. The same way here also, the effort you put, you maybe as a fresher you might get 3 lakh, 5 lakh, but slowly after you cross couple of, I have people, okay, the juniors, okay, 5 years, he is getting 35 lakhs. Same technology, Python, these things. And sometimes it is luck, they get at the beginning only very high, but to be standard there are 3 lakh, 5 lakh, and once you have 1 2 3 year experience, there is a huge demand. Okay, so don't get demoralized, that's all. It's life is all about motivation and hard work. When you have motivation, willpower, hard work, nothing is impossible. When you don't have that, even you are very talented, so you get demotivated. Okay, so all right, a few points. It's always good to say. Okay, so I will just do tuples and this one, couple of points, and we will take a break. Okay, so order is preserved. Order not applicable. Order is not applicable. Yeah, frozen set order is same as set. Remaining are same as set only. Duplicate are allowed. As we already see it, even here duplicates are not allowed. So if I try to add what s equal to b dot add of what, yeah, obviously it is immutable, I can't add only, so there is no point. Yeah, so duplicates are not allowed. So obviously it is immutable, the logic only says there. Okay. Okay, so we will take a break now. We will again connect at 5 o'clock. Okay. 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 I hope like everyone got a quick break. So let us start now with dictionary. Let me share the screen. Okay. I hope it's getting recorded. Mm, okay. Pause share, resume share. Okay. Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So alright. So this we saw. So let us come to one more, which is dictionary. We call it as also dict. Basically, till now, whatever we saw in the list, tuple, sets. So, what kind of data was that? So, it is a set. If I come to the list, list also we have 10, 20 or whatever. You have a heterogeneous data also, it's fine. But always, this data was a single data. It was not like couple of data as a single module. So this is single data, single data, single data. Even in the list, the same thing. You come to the tuple also, it is the same thing. I think here the font is bigger. You come to the tuple also, so it is the same thing. So that means you have only one value which describes for a particular data. So usually in our language, to be logical, in our data side, we usually want to make unstructured data to structured data. All these are semi-structured or even unstructured data where there is no structure. But finally what I want to do is I want to give, for example, this might be okay. If I give like this, what is the meaning? If I give s equal to 1000, 2000, 3000, is there a meaning? So there is no value if there is no meaning for the data. Always you should have a meaning for this data. So maybe if the data this, that's why the unstructured or semi-structured data will not have the meaning or full meaning or off meaning it can't have, and this will result in ambiguity while fetching a reports, whatever after we do fetching a reports or doing. So always as a ETL, first we will try to make the data structured if possible. So how do you represent? The structure will be something like rows or columns, or even you make a semi structure, you should have the meaning. Forget about making structure and all. So without a meaning there is no point of having a data. So that's what 21st century it is told, like without having, there are a lot of information, there is no use of information if you don't extract the value or a knowledge from that information. That is what we do. We get the data, we extract a proper information. So if this was given a salary, then everyone will understand. And in the same way there are a lot of data. If I come to the Excel is the best point. So if I want to give one column as salary, this here, if I, okay, 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 I'll delete this. Okay, okay, so I need one column as salary, one column as employee name, one column as department number. The day when we started with SQL, so it was something like this. And here inside this we should have data. Okay, this was there previously, but now due to huge volume of data coming unstructured, JSON data, XML data, all those things, what's happening is we are not getting a structure like this. So some kind of information or knowledge we are able to give or map. Forget 5000 is salary, this name is employee name, this is department number. So then a person will understand and it is very easy to give a meaning. That is what a dictionary does, and that is what one of my example has also has done, where I have given this as a column name, and whatever I get this as a data. You see this something as a data, something as a data. Only this no one will understand. See, this does not have any column names. So using the dictionary, what does dictionary does? Dictionary holds key and value. Always dictionary will hold key and value. Maybe if this is a key in this example, this is a value. Okay, again I have one more column, employee name is a key and this is a value, department number is a key and this is a value. So list, sets and tuples are incapable of doing that. Dictionary has that value, and I told as an data engineer the mainly our agenda is to have some rows and columns. That's where we use Panda framework also to achieve that, because with this it assigns rows and columns like this. I mean to say columns and rows, but a complete tabular structure can be done using Pandas framework, which I'll teach you. Don't worry. We'll take one small example and show you. That's just importing that Panda library. And that is what can't be done with list or tuples or set, because dictionary has that advantage of having key and value pair. For example, if I want to give the note, I have lot of questions on this, a lot of problems which we will be solving in the next week. So don't miss the next week, because that going to be important with all this list, tuple, sets, dictionary. Who knows? Only those questions will be asked in the interview. Okay, even after that I do couple of weeks, that might not be asked. But obviously you should know whatever we learn, even for working sometimes. Okay, okay. To get key value pair kind of data, we need to use dictionary. DSC, usually we call it as dixt. Okay, the full name is dictionary. Same thing I showed, like roll number, name, all those things we have to give. So syntactically I give, it would be obviously with square bracket only, like sets. But this empty, this is never called as set, it is dictionary, because most of the cases everyone love to use dictionary, because it does not have one value, it will have key and value. Okay, key and value. And key and value is very important for a data engineer. I have not worked on the web development, I can't speak about that, but for a data engineer it's very important, because we will have a proper meaning. Only if I give 10, 20, 30, no one will understand. If I add this data with department numbers here, this is a set, no one understand. If I can understand this with department number with 10, department number with 20, then the meaning has some value. Okay, so let me show here. Yeah, so this is a syntax K3 V3, like value, key and value. So key can be integer or string, whatever it is, based on your scenario. Now for example I'll show with this, like this is an empty dictionary, empty empty dictionary, dictionary is represented as shown above. Okay, now yeah, d equal to, if I show this example, for example the registration number or employee number, my 200 Suresh. Okay, 300 whatever Suresh. Okay, 300 Neha. Okay, so now if you see this, this is a key. Obviously, like integer is not required to give in the single quotes. You know that this is a string value. String value can be given in single or double quotes. Both mean the same. In Python, I give the notes like single quotes or double quotes mean the same to represent the string. So I don't mind using single or double quotes. Okay, so this is a dictionary. If you see, like we'll see an example. So this is a dictionary, like this is one value. So now we have something like 100 is Mahesh, 200 is Suresh, all those things, and after with some panda or something we can give a proper column name, all those things. So let me show you how to add a dictionary here. If I come here, d equal to empty dictionary. I can also add the dictionary list also I can add, but let me show with an empty dictionary. So the syntax is d of key equal to value to add the value. If it is an empty dictionary, something like this, d of key equal to value. Okay, this is how I do that. That means if I come here, so d of key, same thing, I'll give 100. Okay, d of 100 equal to whatever, Mahesh, Suresh, D of 200 equal to Suresh. D of 300 equal to Mohan. So now print of D should give the value. Okay, so this is a dictionary. I can do the type of D and print it. We have much to learn in this. Okay, so today is something like a trailer on all the things, so you understand. So is order wise it's guaranteed, so it can't. See, one more thing I want to say, see, order wise it's not guaranteed. So note I want to give is order of dictionary is not guaranteed. GURANTED. It can't have duplicate keys, but it can have duplicate values. Let me give the note and show you. It can't have duplicate key. However, it can have duplicate values. That means the keys like 100, 200 cannot be duplicated, but there can be 400 with Mahesh. That is possible. So how I'll do here? If I want to have now with the same name Mahesh with 400, D of 400 with the same name, it's possible. Let me do this and run it and do print of I have to print here also. Okay, no, not type, it's only D. So now if you see, can you see the keys can't be duplicated like 100, 200 value can be duplicated. Now I'll try to duplicate this. What will happen if I try to duplicate maybe D of 100 or whatever with something Anita or something? So what will happen now? It will throw an error or it will do what? Anyone can take a guess. So what might happen with this?
I think it should throw error. I think because key is unique and string or values it will be same.
Okay, let me see it. I need not to explain. So let us see what will happen. So what happened? You only know the answer. So it updates actually. So that's they have done. Like a key can't be duplicated, but you give a new key. Means for the same key, the new value gets updated. So that's how it has done. So that is one more note. See, notes are important because all the scenario you might not try, but when you have this note in your mind, so you'll understand. Like if the same key is inserted, and with new value or whatever value, with new value, the old value gets replaced from existing key. See, there are many scenarios you can try. Okay, so obviously keys can't be duplicated. So like this, whatever scenario you think, you need not to ask me also. You once you install, you keep on trying like this, you know the answer. Okay, that's what. So obviously it can also hold heterogeneous objects. So if I want, I can have like this also. If D of 500. Okay, so most of the things we are seeing is heterogeneous objects only, like everything can hold heterogeneous. So I want to keep like 10. So this is possible, but like this usually we don't do. It will not have a proper meaning. So immediately the meaning change, 500 to 10, everything was name. No, a name can be 10. So like this, all for just trial and error, whether it's possible or some crazy scenario is there which is a normal scenario. But normal scenarios are like this. Just this is just for sometimes in interview they ask, so what will happen if I give like this, so like that. So I'm also training you up to know what is important, what is not important. It's not a wise decision to say everything is important, everything is not important, so everything is important, keep on learning. No, but yeah, just be mindful. Like there might be interview question, but usually it's a logic you have to understand. If there is a common pattern, see, always see this complete 10-15 years back there was nothing called moving data from database to ETL, all those things. So what was happening, data was moved to database, done. So what happened, slowly data started growing and data wanted to be visualized, like how many people joined this organization, what is the salary, or for example Aadhaar portal, how many people have subscribed to Aadhaar portal out of 130 crore people, and how many male, female, what is the age range, what is the caste, I don't know, those information are there. So these kind of informations became very important for two things. One is for seeing the present trend, one more to do the see the future. That's how the AI ML is used. If I want to set up an hospital some location, these days what they do, they get the data of that information of that locality. What kind of people are there? Are there lower class, middle class, upper class, and how much kind of disease they have. Today getting data, we have a lot of information. That's what we do. We take the data from one portal, other portal, Amazon, all those things, and this data is gone to the business. They understand, okay, here there are middle class and lower middle class people, they are not rich people. I can't do a posh hospital here. Here the people have a lot of diseases, all those information I'll come to get. If I take the health portal, some policy bazaar, they will give me the data. Okay, so as a business, if I am a doctor, means hospital owner, so I want to set up in some location. It is not like 10-15 years back, simply I set up the business and later I'll come to know that people will come here or not, I don't know. Today before setting up, I'll come to know that, oh, here there are lower and middle class people. Okay, so if I set up a posh hospital, people will not can't pay for one consultation. If I charge 5,000, people will not come. So I can't take a posh hospital here. I can do a small hospital or a mid-size hospital, because there is a potential. There are a lot of aged people who have diseases, and also I'll come to know whether they have diabetics, cancer, what kind of diseases are more, how many people are there, what is a salary. So how these people can visualize, because of us, we extract the data, we do all the transformation and we load the data. After that, the Power BI team report the data. AI machine learning will be able to predict the future. So this data will go there and they predict. If you run for first year, you might get this much revenue since there are no hospitals surrounding. So this is how the things actually happens. Okay, all right. So okay, so dictionary I was speaking. Let us speak about range. Yeah, it is again mutable. Okay, since I can add the data, it is mutable. Is just know these basics. That's the first thing here. Okay, and also it can hold heterogeneous object. It can hold heterogeneous objects. OBJCTS. Okay, so yeah. So range, there is one more thing called range. Range becomes whenever I am doing for loop and all, usually we give the range. Range is same as in SQL. The last thing I did was between operator, like from 10 to 50, 10 to 100. So whatever in the range you see, that data will be used. Okay, so range, you have a syntax like begin to end, begin and end. So internally it is something like a string, not something like a string. What I meant to say is, you have something called n-1, right? Here also, if you start 1 to 10, okay, so it would be only till 1 to 9. That means 1 to 9. That means last n-1. So end -1, that will happen internally. Okay, end -1. So range will be begin comma end -1. So if you want to take like this, understand the syntax like this also fine. That means if I give 10, 1 to 10, the value calculated or you get the output from 1 to 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is n minus 1. That is how they have done over here. So let me take one small example. Okay, because these are common things we will be using. Okay, this is added here. Okay, so now range, let us take the simple example r equal to range of, okay, 1 comma 10, and we have range of 1 comma 10, and what I'll do, I'll just try to print r, print of r. Will I get 1 to 9? Okay, I got like this. I should use, okay, actually yeah, this is where like I use for loop. So what I got, I think yeah, print of r. Okay, so let me use, see, first let me show type. I will use the for loop to get this and teach you that for loop. So type of for is range, print type of for. What is the mistake? Is this correct only, right? Range r equal to,
One column.
oh, okay.
Give the column.
Even my battery is done for today, I believe. Okay, so yeah, range of r. Okay, so okay, so we are not getting like this. I will use for loop. So range of 1 comma 10. Inside this you will have 1 to 9, that value. That means iterating. This is not iterating. Okay, this gives the range. For iterating I have to use for loop. Okay, so anyhow I have couple of things. So okay, so we are not getting even if I do or, so I just get that what is the range only. Yeah, I'm getting the range. So usually for loops are used. So if I want to give you the syntax of for loop, we have couple of questions on this also, but on the range I did not wanted to show, but yeah, range is not giving me 1 to 9 obviously. Yeah, the logic of that's how the importance of for loop. See, for loop will go to every data and print all the data. Right now this range directly I am printing r does not have a capacity. It has 1 to 9 data, but it does not have capacity to display 1 to 9. It can display only 1 to 10, but going to every element inside this, that for loop has that capacity. It's called iterative. Like if I take yeah, for x in, okay, I am commenting this. If I take for x, x is a variable. I will again have a lot of examples on this. Just see now the output. Okay, so what will happen is every value in the range internally will have 1 to 9, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, it's like between operator. So what will happen, r will have 1 to 9. Okay, if I do, r will have 1 to 9, and first time for loop will take each and every element one time and displace. That means for first time it will, r will pass 1 to x. X is just a variable. I can give a or b or c. Okay, so first time r will have all this data. So if I had here, r will have all this data. So first time it will take 1 and display 1. I will put hash here and display 1. Okay, second time it goes to this. It will be internally like this only. How it displays, it would be like this only. Like internally if I take, it would be 1 2 3. First time 1 goes and displays. Second time 2 goes. From r will have all the thing. 2 goes to x and you are printing x, so second time 2 will be there. I told on the day 1 only, x is a variable where value keeps on changing. What is variable? A placeholder to hold the value. R holds all the value, but I don't want to display all the value. I want to display only one value. Means as soon as you do for loop, every time, first time it displays 1, second time it comes here, second 2, third time it comes, it displays 3, fourth time 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As even you give 10, our syntax says n minus 1. That means 1 to 9 only. So this should be the option. So let us see. See, that's the importance of for loop. For loop will go to each and every element, whatever you give 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000, whatever, and displace, which was not possible directly doing like this. Directly doing, I was not able to do that. So now I took the help of for loop. That's why for loop is always important to iterate a value, all the value there in your data. See here, you got it. So simple. The syntax also for variable in your whatever the range, print of this. It's very simple. I will have a couple of example on this. So I wanted to directly print, but yeah, it didn't happen. So yeah, and also one more question is there. Okay, so now I would want to not get all the data. I want to get only even data. Maybe I want to get 2, maybe I want to get 4. There are two ways to do this. Okay, one is modulus also we can use, but using range I want to get the even data. The question is similar. I'll just take this here, let it be here. Okay, the question is I want to get the even numbers. This can be interview question, even numbers using range function. So you know range is start and end minus 1 whatever. Okay, now you to get the range function, okay, there is some syntax also. Okay, I'll give you the syntax, so I want you to build that. Okay, this is a syntax, range of begin, end and increment. Begin, end, increment. So increment is like a step function where whatever value you do, with that it gets incremented. I think you can do it. You just try to do and give me the answer. I'll give you a couple of minutes. So I want only 2, 4, 8, whatever, 10. Okay, 10. This much I want to get the output. So how you will do? You just build me the code and send me. You can also try if you have installed. I have given the syntax also over there. So you can share the code with me for this. I have given the syntax here. That's why I'm waiting. You try, you please try. It's just a syntax. You have to use all these three parameters. Okay. Actually, okay. Yeah, this is one way. Good, correct. But I am expecting with the step function. So let me show you what you have done. So this also will work. So if I run this, so I got the output. Okay, now I don't want to use this modulus function. Okay, this is also one way, correct, but I just want to do only with the range. Okay, for loop is fine for me. That means I need to have only like this. Okay, so I should have this also increment. See here, I think this might work. 10 to this 11 if I put and run this. So should it work like 135? So then make it you have made it odd, then make it 0 to 11, then you will get even. So you got it. That's all. So yeah, this is the importance of increment or step operator, we call it as so, where you can also do that. These two ways are good only. Okay. While working in project, you can use any way, but sometimes they ask, don't use this, try to do with this. So that's where like, so I'll just copy this to the notepad. So all these things you have to practice. I feel like you are understanding. It's not very difficult. That's what I mean to say, because people get scared. I don't know, like there is nothing to get scared. It's simple. The more time you spend with some interest, okay, you should have first thing is interest. So anyone can learn it. Okay. So I hope you guys understood. Now the odd numbers, you can do it. If you want odd numbers, anyway you can do. I just showed you this. The same question they can ask with odd numbers. So when odd numbers is asked, even numbers, odd numbers. Okay, this is common question, even number, odd number, those question. We can use using modulus also. Maybe yeah, 0 to 10, if I make it 1. No, no, no. I will make it 2 only and just change this 1 to 11. So it's just skipping 2. After 1 skipping 2 comes to 3. After 1, however you want to build logic, it's your wish. Just you should think, that's all. Just know the basic, know the syntax, think, and you will be able to interpret it. Okay, so I had spoken about none. So just I'll give you a couple of more points on none. Okay. So none is, it is nothing, it does not occupy any space or value. I've already given. So there is something called what happens is garbage collection. Like for example, let me show you here. Because what happens for the, okay, okay, this is already copied. Okay. So if I give a equal to 10, okay, so next is we know print type and or type of a, okay, equal to none now, and same thing print type of a. So internally what will happen? Okay, now if I let me show you the address also. Print of id of a, print of id of again a. So see, it is showing the same address. So now A is not with the same address. So what has happened? Anybody can explain? This is a separate value. This is a separate value. But both are showing the same value. So what is the meaning of this? Okay. So enter the start of the range, enter the end of the range. For x in range start. You can try that, Sonal. If it works, well and good. Okay, so now this one, if I show you through this, what to say, I have one tablet also to draw and show. Let me see, somewhere I had kept. Okay, right now I'll show. See, first you add what you add inside this. You add 10. Okay, that means you add 10. So A was 10. Here I keep this. Okay, A was there and the data was 10. Now what I made, A is none. Okay, one more was none. So A was 10 and A was again made none. Okay, so A was again made none. That means the address, okay, this is this, let me draw here, and this is again A. Okay, so here previously it was 10. Okay, now this data got deleted. Okay, so that means A is there. So what happened is this data, okay, got deleted. This address, whatever means this value got deleted, and here it came as, yeah, deleting became none. Okay, that means this went to garbage collection. So it did not create one more value. That is what I want to say. So it just in the memory, the same value was given. Again I'll do something, b equal to none. Okay, b equal to none, print of b. So know this, that's all, good to know. Okay, next is c equal to none, print id of c, print id of c. So now I hope the address should be same. Yeah, good. See, you have thousands of none in your project. All the nuns refer to the same. That means none will have only one object created. That is one address. So it will have one address here. Okay. So one address created. So if you don't understand A equal to 10, nothing. A got deleted and replaced by none. That's all. None means nothing. Does not in SQL it does not occupy any space in memory and all. Here all the nuns, whether A, B or C, will refer to a same address. Means only once the none gets created. Okay, you will not have multiple nuns. Okay, so only once the none get created. So here also A is there, here you will get B, C. So that is the how we were able to see by seeing the address. If you see, all the address are same. So is the address universally constant throughout the multiple projects? So it depends on the virtual machine what we have used. You know, there was no virtual machine. For a single virtual machine, the address would be there. For one more project, they would have created some other virtual machine. So if the virtual machine is same, that's what, a single virtual machine. That inside that also there will be a Python virtual whatever memory and machine, the address would be same. If there's a different virtual machine, the address would be different. That is how it changes. Okay, so just try this, understand, okay, the basics. Okay, good to know. Okay, so all these are this value gets into garbage collection. Okay, when a became not, I wanted to explain a and none, but yeah, it's okay, because many times you replace the same value with some other thing. So what will happen to this gets deleted, and if the same variable has some address, so for the same address it will go off. So note, the value a, the value a, the value a which holds 10 is eligible for garbage collection. Means, yeah, usually all the objects in internally it gets cleaned off. See, something you are creating, because even in Python everything is considered as an object, is eligible for garbage collection. So that means garbage collection. So all this comes under memory management, which is not asked, but as a simple thing, like any object you create and you delete or you don't use or something, so it becomes to tomorrow you made it a equal to 20, a equal to 30. So right now your value would be 30, and obviously these two values goes into the garbage collection, so it has to be destroyed and cleaned up. It's something like in your house a lot of old things, old material are there, so you have to replace or remove it, or there will be no space for the new thing. Okay, so there are like, I can give one more example. Okay, so this is one none, straightforward. Okay, so one more I can give with the function. So I have not showed you function, that is again a separate class. Always function in Python is declared with def, and obviously any ending of while loop, if loop, function we have to give with single quotes. So now I'll give some three. None is like null in SQL, what we learned. Null does not have any value. Okay, C is none. Okay, so now pass is nothing, that it's not returning any value. I don't know, I'm making it complex, but I'll be teaching you all these things. What is pass, what is def. I just wanted to give you def example. Okay, alright, I will not give you now, because again I don't want to complicate the things. So okay, so now we will take one more example of ternary operators, because we saw binary operators like addition and unary operators. This becomes unary operator where you have a single value, while doing a plus b became what, ternary operators, we have two values. Now something like ternary operators, yesterday I showed you, but I want to again give you a couple of examples so you understand that. Like ternary operators are also called as conditional operators, CONDITIONL, conditional operators. So yesterday I gave you this one of the example, like a equal to 10, b equal to 20. So let me do directly here. So now I can write the if I want to know what is greater than b, like what a is greater than b or not. So there are two ways, like one way we have already seen, like doing if, but ternary operator is something like in a single line we do that. If a greater than b, else 30. Okay, so that's what 30 like see, it's something like this. You just read this. I don't know whether I gave yesterday this information. First value, if condition, else second condition, that means not c equal to, yeah, c equal to 30. If it is 30, yeah, first value, if this condition is pass, that means If a greater than b, print the first value. If a is not greater than b, why I am giving 30 only? So it will confuse you. I'll make it as 40. Print 40. So that is the meaning. So first value, if condition, or else second value. Let us run this first, and I should do print of c. Some people use like this also, but I don't prefer using like this because it complicates the code. See here, the first value is not met, means a greater than b is not true. If it was true, then I would have printed 30, or else I would have printed 40. So in the same way, I will give you one more example, try to do. I will see your understanding. In the same way, I want you to read two inputs from the keyboard. Read two inputs from the keyboard and print minimum value. Yesterday I did minimum value, you already know, but I want you guys to do with ternary operator. Like I showed you two, we saw two ways using minimum function, and one more was relational operator, like greater, replacing a variable with minimum value. Today also I want to see the minimum value by taking inputs but using ternary value. That means in a single line you can do if a greater than b or lesser than b, something like that you can do and achieve it. Okay, when you do two values, I'll give you three values also. Okay, first you do two values, I'll explain the two values, next I'll give you the three values. I don't recommend in the company, but why? Because sometimes some developer would have used ternary operators and you should be able to understand. If you see like this, what I didn't learn like that, I learned if a greater than b, else in the next line. So I have seen some people writing like that, and it's not a, it's difficult to understand. But knowing this is important. And even in interview, can you use some conditional or ternary operator to do that if they immediately surprise you guys? So what you will do? So try this. I have another 2-3 questions for the day. I will give you, and I will also give you some time and give you the answer. Those three questions are not me doing. After this, another two questions you will do. I'll give you some 5 minutes time. Not able to, means, yeah, you will try. Again, obviously I'll do. Sachin, whatever doubt you have today, you just email me. Okay. So whatever from the afternoon session, whatever doubt, you email me. So I will send you a note on all the things. I think that would be better. And also others also, like if you are hesitant to ask some questions or something, maybe I am not addressed in the class, so you can email me. I have already sent my email to you, so I will make a note, write up note on your queries and send you back. That would be better, because some things I don't want to go deep in the class. So one more, if we are deleting the value, so I didn't get it actually. So yeah, guys, everyone, it's for everyone. If I am not able to address now, or short of time or something, or you have some specific question which you can't ask me, or something what Sachin asked I am not able to address now, so those things you can, I have sent my email ID again, you just send a write up to me. These are the questions, like 5 questions, 6 questions, whatever you have. Some things in the list also Sachin asked I didn't answer, so he has that questions, he can ask me, so I will make a write up and send you, because some things like explaining everything will confuse others also. So that's why. Okay, I think that's a better way. So read two inputs from the keyboard and print minimum value. So okay, with this okay, this I'll show. Okay, okay, this I'll show. Right now, I want you guys to do after this three inputs and one more question as an assignment. So for two inputs, as we know already, a equal to int of input, enter the first number, enter the first number, b equal to int of input, enter the second number, enter the second number. Okay, so now I want to find out what is minimum. So we have done yesterday, so today we will do with ternary operator like okay, so if a lesser than b, then it will be a only. Okay, if a is lesser than b, a will be there, so else b will be there. So I am doing in a single line. Okay, a lesser than b, a will be there, or else b it will become. So print of minimum, the minimum value. So let us see this, the minimum value, minimum value, minimum. Okay, so let me run this. So I will just copy this in the notepad. Enter the first number 20, enter the second number 10. Okay, okay, I have not defined it as b. Okay, okay, I have also got from the person. So this yesterday we had done, but yeah, Sonal, it's correct, but not with the ternary operator. Ternary operator would be something like this. Okay, so let us do this. Enter the first number 10, enter the second number 9, the minimum value is 9. This is how I use the ternary. Like most of the things happen in a single line, and there is some syntax way also, like first value, okay, if condition, else second value. So now the same way I want you guys to do, read the three inputs from the keyboard. This is an assignment for you guys. Read the three inputs from the keyboard and print the minimum value. And the next one is okay, this one also good question and simple also, like enter, okay, enter employee number, employee name, salary, address, enter the, okay, enter 1 2 3 4 5, okay, married or not, okay, enter 5 inputs from keyboard, enter 5 inputs from keyboard, like you know, like int of enter the employee number, employee salary and all. We have to take that input, okay, married or not, and display this information, and display the information. This is also simple, just try to do this. Okay, so what is the thing? Okay, all right then. Any other questions? So that's what. So I've already mentioned my email ID. I'll be sending this note for you. Okay, email. So please write whatever doubt you have. So that is a better way for me to address. Okay. So I am sending you this notes, class notes of whatever we have done today. And I hope please install the software and start practicing whatever we have done, because this will help you in the coming days learning. So Python notes, uh, Python notes 8th October. Where is 8th October? Okay, class notes 8th October. So I've shared you the document, and also I've given the download document and a recording video of whatever we have discussed how to download yesterday. Some people were not able to do, not everyone. Please install. Without installing, you might understand, but it is difficult to work. Okay, so all these things install. And any questions I would expect, write me the questions. That is the best way. Whatever questions you have, I'll give with example with all the thing. Write me a note. Okay, I know some things I can't answer in the class. Other people will confuse, and some things I will definitely not know everything because I am not a god. Okay, I will also have to research and give you a right answer. That's important. Okay, okay, all right. Thank you. Any questions on
For
whatever?
the second question, do we need to show the information in Tableau format? This is the question.
For this, I'm not expecting key value pair, just an input. And yeah, give me an information like after that, the employee name is like output should be something like this. Yeah, good thing. So I would just expect at the end the output, the employee number is okay, some 768. The employee name is Mahesh, whatever. So something like this. The salary is 5,000. Just start getting the information like this. This is simple because I have one means one, there will be one problem I believe. One more thing, married or not, I should get true or false. Okay, so this will have some data type, some other data type, married or not. When you give, so obviously give something like true or false. True or false. Okay, I want to highlight this. And give false, so I want you to give false. You can give true also, but give false and see what will happen. Like input, enter whether the person is married or not. Once you give true or false, what will happen? So for which data type you give true or false, all those things you can try and check it. Okay, so some addition I did, I'll just ping you. Okay then, yeah. So we will end the class here. So on this, whatever doubt you have or something doubt, you ask me. That's what I am telling you again. You email me. Okay, I'll stop sharing, and we'll meet up in the next week. Okay.